Discover Luxembourg, the richest country in the world, and its surprising curiosities. Luxembourg is one of those destinations that surprises with its small size but enormous influence. Did you know that it is the richest country in the world in terms of GDP per capita? But what secrets does this tiny Grand Duchy hide? In this video, we will take you to discover fascinating facts and curiosities you probably didn't know about Luxembourg. Have you ever wondered how such a small country can be so economically powerful? And how big is Luxembourg's influence in the world? Don't miss it. Let's explore this amazing country and all it has to offer. Play, and join us on this tour of Luxembourg. Luxembourg, a small country nestled in the heart of Europe, is a place full of history, culture, and fascinating facts that few people really know. With a population of just 650,000, this small Grand Duchy has a global influence disproportionate to its size. It is a country that, despite being tiny compared to its neighbors such as France, Belgium, or Germany, has managed to become a global economic powerhouse. It is not only famous for its wealth, but also for its political system, its vibrant cultural life, and its breathtaking landscapes. But what makes Luxembourg so special, and why is it known as the richest country in the world? First, it is important to note that Luxembourg has one of the highest GDP per capita on the planet. According to the most recent statistics, the gross domestic product per capita exceeds $120,000, a number that places Luxembourg at the top of the most prosperous nations. This indicator reflects a highly developed economy, based primarily on the financial industry, technology, and, increasingly, digital innovation. Banks in Luxembourg manage trillions of euros in assets, and the country is known for being a global investment hub, offering a favorable environment for multinational companies looking to establish themselves in Europe. Luxembourg is also a financial services center, with thousands of insurance companies, investment funds, and international banks operating from there. The country's financial history dates back to the early 20th century, when it began to stand out for its low tax policies and political stability. Today, it is considered one of the most important tax havens in the world, with a favorable tax system for both large companies and high net worth individuals. Moreover, its strategic location in Europe, right in the center of the continent, facilitates international business, as it is only a few hours away by train or plane from other major European capitals such as Brussels, Paris, or Frankfurt. However, Luxembourg's wealth is not limited to its economy. In terms of quality of life, the country offers one of the best, envied by many. It is a safe place, with a low crime rate, and its health and education system is first-rate. The Luxembourgers enjoy a highly advanced social welfare system, including universal health care and family allowances. Despite its size, the country has a robust education system, which is not only accessible but also trilingual. Children learn Luxembourgish, French, and German from an early age, allowing them to have a complete academic education in several languages. In terms of infrastructure, Luxembourg stands out for its efficient and modern transport network. The capital, which bears the same name as the country, is known for its impressive bridges and breathtaking views over the Alzette Valley. Public transport is of high quality and free of charge, a detail that many are unaware of. As of 2020, the Luxembourg government decided to make the entire public transportation system, including trains, buses, and streetcars, free, making it the first country in the world to adopt this measure nationwide. This not only helps reduce the country's carbon footprint, but also promotes a more sustainable lifestyle. Although Luxembourg is small in terms of territory, its influence on the international scene is considerable. At the political level, Luxembourg is one of the founding members of the European Union, NATO, and the UN. In addition, it has been an advocate of peace and international diplomacy. In terms of defense, Luxembourg is a pacifist country and, although it does not have a large army, it actively participates in peace missions and maintains close cooperation with allied countries in security matters. Culturally, Luxembourg also has a lot to offer. Its small size does not prevent it from being a cultural hotbed, with a large number of music, theater, and film festivals that attract tourists from all over the world. One of the most important events is the Luxembourg Music Festival, which brings together internationally renowned musicians and composers. In addition, the country is home to one of the largest libraries in Europe, the National Library of Luxembourg, which houses thousands of books, ancient manuscripts, and historical documents that give an account of the country's rich history. But beyond its wealth and culture, Luxembourg is also full of curiosities that would surprise anyone. For example, despite being a small country, it has one of the highest rates of tourists per capita in Europe. The reasons are many, from its medieval castles, such as the imposing Vianden Castle, to its charming towns and villages that look like something out of a fairy tale. The Molothal region, also known as the Switzerland of Luxembourg, is famous for its beautiful natural landscapes and hiking trails, where unique rock formations and lush forests can be observed. The Grand Duchy of Luxembourg also has a unique political system, distinguished as a constitutional monarchy. The Grand Duke, currently Henri of Luxembourg, is the head of state, but his powers are limited by a constitution and the country's parliamentary system. This political system has allowed Luxembourg to be an example of stability and continuity, which has favored its economic and social development. Despite being a monarch, the Grand Duke has a mainly ceremonial role, and the government is led by the Prime Minister, who is elected by Parliament. In terms of gastronomy, Luxembourg is a country where the influence of various cultures is reflected in its cuisine. Traditional dishes include smoked meats, rye bread, and countless stews and soups that vary according to the seasons. One of the most representative dishes is jud met gardebouwen, a pork stew served with beans and potatoes. In addition, the influence of French and German cuisine can be seen in the country's cafes and restaurants, which offer a variety of gastronomic options for all tastes. Another interesting curiosity is that Luxembourg has its own language, Luxembourgish, which is spoken together with French and German. This language, which belongs to the Germanic family, is spoken by the majority of the population and is the official language of the administration, although both French and German are also used for legal and official purposes. The fact that Luxembourgers speak 3 languages fluently is a reflection of the linguistic diversity that characterizes this country. The country is also known for being an example of sustainability and environmental conservation. In addition to free public transportation, Luxembourg has implemented green policies that favor the preservation of its natural landscapes and the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. Organic farming is highly promoted, and many of the rural areas are dedicated to sustainable food production and biodiversity protection. The capital, Luxembourg City, is surrounded by parks and green spaces, allowing its inhabitants to enjoy nature without leaving the city. At the end of the day, what is most impressive about Luxembourg is how, despite its diminutive size, it has managed to excel in almost every aspect of modern life. Whether it's its staggering wealth, its high standard of living, its progressive policies, or its impressive history, Luxembourg remains a role model for many countries around the world. A great little country that proves that size does not always determine impact. With its beauty, stability, and prosperity, it is clear that Luxembourg is not only the richest country in the world, but also one of the most fascinating. Luxembourg is a country that, despite its small size, hides a rich and fascinating culture that has been influenced by various European traditions. One of the cultural highlights of Luxembourg is its music, particularly classical music and jazz. The city of Luxembourg has several concert halls, such as the famous Philharmonie Luxembourg, where concerts of international and local artists are held. In addition, the country has a folk music tradition that is still kept alive through popular festivals and events, such as the Luxembourg Music Festival, which celebrates the diversity of musical genres and attracts thousands of tourists every year. An interesting cultural curiosity is that Luxembourg has one of the oldest and most unique carnival traditions. In the streets of the city and villages, people dress up in colorful costumes and participate in parades that include both music and traditional dances. This festivity, known as the Fastnacht, has centuries of history and is an opportunity for Luxembourgers to celebrate their cultural identity with joy and fun. The masks, an essential part of the festivity, are handcrafted and are highly symbolic, representing both the devil and the spirits of nature. As for the visual arts, Luxembourg has been home to many artists over the centuries. Although not as well known as other European countries in the artistic field, the country has a large number of museums and galleries exhibiting works by contemporary artists, as well as collections of medieval and modern art. The Luxembourg Museum of Art, MUDEM, is one of the most important places for art lovers, with a wide range of contemporary art exhibitions by both national and international artists. In addition, the Circle Site Art Center, located in a historic building in the city center, hosts temporary exhibitions exploring current social and cultural issues. A curious fact is that Luxembourg has one of the largest libraries in Europe, the National Library of Luxembourg, which is not only a center for information and education, but also a meeting point for literature lovers. The library houses a wealth of old books, historical documents, and manuscripts that are a testimony to the cultural history of the country. Luxembourgish literature is also an essential part of the cultural identity, and the country has a rich literary tradition, with contemporary writers addressing themes on the identity, language, and culture of the Grand Duchy. In terms of gastronomy, another aspect that makes Luxembourg interesting is its cuisine, which reflects the influence of several neighboring countries, such as France, Germany, and Belgium. Despite its small size, Luxembourg has a rich variety of traditional dishes that vary according to the season. One of the most popular dishes is kotchkies, a melted cheese served with potatoes and salads. It is also common to find meat-based dishes, especially pork, which is served in many forms, from roasted to stews. A very typical dish is the bouchée à la reine, which consists of a puff pastry filled with chicken, mushrooms, and cream, and has a strong influence from French cuisine. In addition, Luxembourg is known for its excellent wines, especially wine from the Moselle wine region. The region is located along the Moselle River in the southeast of the country and is famous for its vineyards that produce some of the best white wines in Europe. Luxembourg's wines, mostly made from the Riesling and Pinot Gris grape varieties, are prized around the world for their freshness and unique flavor. The grape harvest is a very important event for the Luxembourgers, and many of them celebrate the end of the harvest with local festivals where a tasting of the best wines takes place. The country is also well known for its love of handicraft traditions. Clock production, in particular, is one of Luxembourg's oldest art forms. In the past, the country was famous for its watchmakers, who produced high-quality timepieces that were highly valued in both Europe and America. Although the watchmaking industry is no longer as important as it once was, there are still craftsmen who continue to make watches in the traditional manner, with meticulous attention to detail and precision. In fact, some of the finest timepieces are still made in Luxembourg and sold in international markets. Luxembourg also has a long tradition in cinema, although it is not as well known for it as other European countries. In recent years, Luxembourg's cinema has gained notoriety thanks to its participation in international festivals. Directors such as Andy Bosch have managed to attract attention with their films that often explore themes of the country's history, identity, and social relations. Luxembourg cinema has been booming in terms of production and, despite being a small country, has managed to collaborate with other international studios on various co-productions. One of the most curious aspects of Luxembourgish culture is its approach to preserving traditions while adapting to modernity. For example, the Luxembourgish language, although not spoken by many outside the country, remains a key symbol of national identity. This language is spoken at home, at work, and in politics, demonstrating the strong link of the population to its ancestral culture. However, Luxembourg is also a multicultural and multilingual country, and the Luxembourgers are fluent in several languages, including French, German, and English, enabling them to stay connected to the rest of Europe and the world. In addition, the country's history has played a key role in its cultural development. For centuries, Luxembourg was a contested nation among several European powers. Its strategic location allowed it to have a diverse history, with influences from France, Belgium, Germany, and the Netherlands. This mix of cultures has left a deep imprint on the country's architecture, music, cuisine, and customs. Luxembourg City, for example, has an impressive fortress that has witnessed the country's history and is a World Heritage Site that attracts tourists from all over the world. The fortress was a key piece of defense for centuries and has been carefully restored to maintain its historical importance. Nature also plays a central role in Luxembourg life. The country is home to numerous nature parks, forests, and hills, which not only offer breathtaking scenery, but are also a hotspot for outdoor activities. Hiking is one of the most popular activities, especially in the Mulletal region, also known as the Switzerland of Luxembourg. This region is famous for its unique rock formations and trails through forests and valleys. In addition, Luxembourg boasts numerous medieval castles, many of which are open to the public, such as Vianden Castle, which rises majestically above the valley, offering panoramic views that are simply breathtaking. In short, Luxembourg, although small in size, is a nation with a rich and diverse culture that has evolved over the centuries. Its ability to merge traditions with modernity is one of the aspects that makes it so fascinating. From its music and gastronomy to its festivals and historical heritage, Luxembourg offers a unique experience for those who wish to discover the secrets of this small but influential country. If you've been amazed by everything you've discovered about Luxembourg, imagine what we still have to show you. If you liked this video and want to learn more about fascinating countries, curiosities, and much more, don't forget to subscribe to our World and Evolution channel. Every week we bring you amazing content you can't miss. And if you want to keep exploring more about the world, visit our website selfmatamillionaires.online, where you will find resources to keep learning and growing. See you in the next video.